Hi and welcome to my channel. Now today I want to talk to you about the two business models that are around the royalty-free music licensing deals. So the first model is the model of per track licensing deal, and the second one is a subscription-based model. And the subscription-based model is really misunderstood of the majority of us. Even myself at the beginning, I didn't understood it correctly. But today I'm understanding perfectly how it's working, and I thought that it is time for you, for me to explain to you so that you can understand it. It's really important to understand how these two models are functioning. So let's just start with the first one. So here we are talking first about the one to one licensing model. So this is the licensing model. That means that in this case we have the track. This track has a value, and the value, it's an amount set by you or set by the site, the platform directly. So this is like, let's say, I don't know, let's say this is an example, like $20. Okay, so this is the value of your track, right? So your track on the site for $20. So there's the client. The client is searching for tracks, is finding your track. The track is responding, fits his needs, and he wants to buy your track. So this one track, he will pay. Yes, he will pay this $20, and then he will receive the track, yes, and together with the track he will receive also the licensing contract. Yes, contract invoice, right? So in this case, you, as the owner of the track, you will receive from the $20, because this $20 is divided, like, let's say 65% is taking the site, and because I have already thought about this as I'm how to explain it to you, so the 65% that is taking the site is in amount $30, right? And then for you it remains only 35%, and that 35% in amount is $7, right? So this is the simple deal. Now, of course, this percentage can be different. There are still sites who are working 50-50. There are still sites where it's not 35-65, but it's 60 and 40. So that depends. But the majority now is starting to change for a non-exclusive contract, generally 35-65. So for every track sold on these platforms that are practicing this one-to-one or per track royalty-free licensing deal. For every track you are getting this kind of amount. That depends of the price of your track, of course, but this is very simplified deal. And this is obviously the one that is really preferred by the contributors because it's clear. You put your price, or the site is putting up the price, and you know that for every track downloaded there's a payment, and so you receive a cut and he's receiving another cut. And when the track is bought, automatically you receive your share, the site is receiving his share. Now the other model that today I want to talk to you and really explain it to you and just show you, and after at the end tell my opinion about that model, is the subscription-based model. Subscription-based model, right? Subscription-based model, right? So what you have to know in the subscription-based model is that the track, the audio file is losing the value. The track doesn't have anymore a price tag. It's not defined by price. But this is really important that everybody who is joining or he wants to enter in a subscription-based program has to understand that the track doesn't have a value, monetary value attached. The value of the track is in fact a quota. So what is a quota? The quota is a part of something. It's like, let's say a stock on a stock exchange market. Even though the stock already has a price, but you know that price is fluctuating every day, it can change. So it's the same thing with the value of the track. Today it has a value, at the end of the month can have a different value, but I will explain it to you why is that so. Why the track doesn't have anymore a clear value, doesn't have a value like in the one-to-one or per track business model. Why? Because here the client, right? Let's see, client. The client is not coming with the money and paying for every download or every, we cannot even say buy, we say download here. So here the client is not downloading or is not paying, he's downloading a product. He's paying a subscription. So the client has a subscription fee. So has a subscription fee, right? Subscription fee that is paid, I don't know, yearly, or monthly, right? So now let's say again, just for the sake of what I was here speaking, let's say he's paying a monthly $20, right? Let's say per month, right? So he's paying $20 per month. So that $20 per month, this is like, maybe I can try a nicer one. Oh, it doesn't. It's good. So this represents the $20, right? So this is the quota of the client, of course, on the site. Now from this $20, of course, the site is taking a 65% cut. So that's the same amount, yeah? So that's the $30 price. So this is the site. This is the side cut, right? And here it remains the 35%. That's the $7 cut. And again, we are speaking about one client, okay? We are speaking about one client. So this is already taken by the site. So we are interested in this part. Now, this part is shared and then divided, of course, divided by contributors. So it's divided by the contributors, meaning that this track, let's say this is your track, right? Or mine, whatever. Your track, right? And let's make it like this one, very visual. So this is the track in red. So this client is downloading, is not buying, is downloading your track. So this is your share, your quota of his 35%, right? So the value of this track is the quota of his 35% share. So the track value is a part of this $7. Now this client, let's say he's an active client, and per month he's downloading a lot of tracks from you, but from other contributors also. So I'm trying to make it here to see that these are all tracks. There are other tracks also that are, you know, like downloaded right here also. You see different colors. So again, a lot of tracks, right? A lot of tracks that are downloaded. At the end of the month, your track will receive a share from his quota, like other contributors. And let's say, for example, for the sake of you understanding the situation, let's say this client downloaded from 100 contributors in a month, because he didn't find all the tracks just from you. He generally used tracks from 100 contributors. So at the end of the month, this $7, so the $7 is divided between 100 contributors. Yes, 100 contributors. So that means that each contributor will receive a $0.07. So this is the value of your track and the track of the other contributors whose track was downloaded by this client. So you see here in the one-to-one business model, your track is available for $20. The client finds your track, says, okay, it's a good track, it's good for my project. He's paying the $20. He receives the track and the contract and in form of invoice, whatever. And then from that $20, the company where you are selling your tracks is taking his share. In this case, we calculated 65%. That means $30. And you are receiving the 35%, your cut, which is $7. In the subscription-based model, your track doesn't have a price. It's not priced. A client who is subscribing on these subscription-based models, he's paying monthly or yearly fee, and then for that he can have unlimited downloads. So your track is not counted in value of money. It's not monetary, but it's in downloads. So as I explained it to you, the value is in quota. What kind of percentage is occupying in that quota of the client, if you want? So as I explain it to you here, the entire quota of the client is $20, or what he's paying. This is the monthly. From that sum, the site is taking his cut. This is why this business is very profitable for sites, for the platforms, because they always taking their cut. The 65% in this case is the $30, and then it remains in the subscription-based model the 35%, which is $7, which then is shared and divided by the contributors, by those contributors from whom this client took tracks and used it on a 1 month period. And I said that there's really a high probability, and for us to be very simple to calculate, I said this client probably will not find tracks only in your portfolio, but it will take from 100 contributors, which is really probably, the probability is very high, from 100 contributors. So that means this quota, this remained 35%, the $7, is divided to 100 contributors. That means that each contributor at the end of the month from this client, from one client, will receive $0.07. So if you had a track that has been used by this client, at the end of the month from this client, if you are in the subscription-based model business, you will receive $0.07 for your track. And we can say that the value of your track that month, anyway, in that for that client was $0.07. So in this example, in order to make some dollars, you should this track being downloaded at least 1,000 times. In this model, if your track is downloaded 100 times, then at the end of the month, you will receive $70 after 1,000 downloading, right? So this is the reality. This is the problem with the subscription-based model. In the subscription-based model, we can say that it's almost like, you know, in Spotify, in the streaming business. But the big difference is that in this subscription-based model, your tracks is probably used commercially also. So you can imagine a freelancer or somebody who is using your tracks in commercial projects. Finally, he's paying a $0.07 for your track. So the audio for his visual project, it's almost free. So obviously the subscription-based model is very advantageous. So it's very good for clients, for those who really need on a daily basis materials, visual and audio materials, because this is the same situation with photos and videos footages. There isn't a difference. It is better paid, the footages than the audio today, unfortunately. But in the subscription-based model, the only catch and the problem for clients, the subscription-based model at the beginning was that there was a catch. The majority of this business model at the beginning for the clients, the catch was that when they entered in this contract form, they couldn't go out. If they wanted to end the contract, they would lose all the licenses upon the tracks that they have used in their project. So they had to continue. But today, the companies are even promising to the clients that even though they stop the contract with them, the tracks that they have downloaded, they have rights, licensing rights in perpetuity, forever. And that's really awful, because those clients can download a huge quantity of tracks, then just stop with the subscription. So the companies don't even gain now, so they are losing in this business. But definitely the subscription-based model is very harsh, and it's devaluating the product, the tracks. So what you can do in the subscription-based model business? Well, in the subscription-based model, from my opinion, in the subscription-based model, in my opinion, there are two possibilities. The first one is to have few tracks in your portfolio, but these few tracks to have a lot of downloads, right? So this is the first one. To have just a few tracks, do not have a lot of tracks, but have a lot of downloads. And this way, you can have some kind of income, some kind of value for your tracks. And the second one is to have a lot of tracks, and of course, lot of downloads. And again, this business model will really help you out. So I hope this was informative and you are now understanding what is the difference between the two models, the subscription-based model and the one-to-one business model. So thank you for watching and definitely see you next time. Thank you.